ahead and get into our topic for this evening, which is, do you have a growth mindset? I've been talking a lot about growth this week, and where does growth really come from? What dictates growth when we're thinking about a growth mindset? And some of us, we aren't experiencing growth, not because we're not doing the right things, not because we're not trying. It's because mentally we're not ready for it. And I know that this can be difficult to hear, but truthfully, we are afraid of taking that next step. We're afraid of leveling up. We know what's required, but the fear has taken hold. And so we can't truly step into our growth mindset fully. And I'll give you an example. With my studio, when things weren't going the way that I wanted them to or the way that I thought they should go, it was kind of like I had to really make a decision. I had to make a mental shift. It was either shut up or level up. Those were my only two options when it came down to, was this thing going to really be successful, or was I putting in blood, sweat, and tears for nothing? And I know that sounds harsh, but it's really the reality. A lot of us talk about, we're growing, we're a boss, we're this, we're that. However, you can't turn in your reports at work. You can't be on time. You can't even answer emails. So, it really boils down to, are you ready? Are you ready to grow? Do you have that in your mind that that's what you want? Another example that I have is from my professional side of the house, my professional career. A young lady came to me and she asked me to mentor her because she wanted to advance within the company. And, she asked me, how did I do it? I've been at my full-time job for over 10 years. And, in 6 years, I made it from entry level to the C level, to the chief level. And she asked me, how did I do that? She was like, well, what was it? Like, I guess she thought I did some type of favors or something. I was like, well, no, that's not what happened. I was just like, I show up every day and I show up ready to work, and I show up when others don't, and I show up when I don't feel like it. And I think that was difficult for her to hear. I was just like, you have to speak up. You have to be ready to show that you're an expert in whatever it is that you're doing, that you're that you're quick thinking on your feet, that you're willing to put forth new ideas, and most importantly, you're willing to put in the work. In my mind, I had one vision for myself, and it's always one vision, and that is, I see myself at the top, no matter, what I'm doing. And it's not to be cocky. It's just that that's my mindset. If you're familiar with Gallup and his research, my number one, what is it called? Strength is called Strength Finders. Gallup has a almost like a personality test, kind of. It's called Strength Finders. My number one strength is achiever. So I'm that person that will continue to go, 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 go. When others are tired, I'm still going. So and it can be tired for others who have to work for me, because they'll be like, I'm going to bed, and I'll be like, wait, well, I'll see you in the morning. I'm gonna keep working. So that's something that I know about myself, and I do take that into consideration when I have to work with others. I know that some people are like, we're tired, and we're not going to be able to do what you're doing. And that's okay. I have come to learn and accept that, and that's just who I am. But getting back to it, I constantly have and keep a growth mindset. I have that vision for myself, and, it is sometimes difficult when you have folks around you that don't have that same mindset, right? So I'll never forget, my ex-husband said to me, he said, why can't you just go to work and come home, go to work, do your work, and come home like everybody else? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was just like, just be mediocre. Go to work. He was like, everybody else goes to work, they come home, and that's it. And I was just like, that's what I do. I need to do something different with that situation. Well, I knew before that, but that was really like, one of those defining moments. I was just like, we are not on the same page. Like, but that just goes to show you that there will be some of those people in your life that won't understand the drive, the ambition, the goals that you have. And I mean, that's okay. They don't have to understand it. That's for you to know and understand and work towards. But having a growth mindset means being able to grow in all aspects of your life. So not just, your professional business career side of your life, but really spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Having a growth mindset is very important. And having a growth mindset is how you slay hard every day, I will say. So there are a couple ways you can develop a growth mindset, and I'm going to give you my top 3. The first one is take your personal development very seriously. So what that means is make it a habit to personally work on yourself each week. So a quick way to do that would be to increase your knowledge each week on something, whether you read a book, you read an article, you do some research on something, you listen to a podcast, just full disclosure, I'm a slow reader. Like, it takes me forever to read a book because I don't have time. So typically what I do now is I listen to books because I can get through a book a lot faster. So I just make it a habit that I just block off like 15 to 30 minutes of my day each week. And I listen to whatever book that I'm working on. It's far more efficient for me to do that than to try and read it. I'm just reading the same page over and over and over and over again, because that's really what happens. So for me, it's like reading things or listening to things that will further my knowledge. The second thing is surrounding yourself with people that actually have a growth mindset and that can challenge your way of thinking and help facilitate that growth conversation. So obviously everybody in your life is not going to have this type of mindset, but you have to know when it's important to surround yourself with those folks. And, when it's okay to let loose and have a little fun. You're not going to be able to talk business and career with everybody in your life. That's just the way life is. However, the closest people to you should be effectively challenging you and having that growth mindset because they have the most influence on you. So, and if you need to switch up who's the closest to you, definitely I would recommend doing so. I definitely did. And it has changed my life tremendously. Like you guys talk about all the time. I lost my whole husband. So, not lost him, but, we had to part ways because he was not on the growth train. So I'd kick him off. And I mean, hey, I lost some friends along the way. That's just life. But it's far more detrimental to keep those people around you that may be negative, that may say you can't do something, that don't believe in you, that say they hope you fail, that just aren't trying to help you, that make your life more difficult than it really needs to be, because life is already hard, right? So why keep people around you that are like dead weight, that are constantly bringing you down, weighing you down? And, you won't really be able to effectively get to where you want to go. So you got to surround yourself with those people that are going to have that growth mindset and uplift you, not bring you down. The last thing, or my third thing, is continuously set goals for yourself. So whether those goals are small or large, we talk a lot about goals. I did a whole masterclass on SMART goals, and that will, come back. I'll definitely bring. Some folks weren't able to attend, so I'll be bringing that back. But whether your goals are small or large, work towards them every day. So let's say, for example, you are writing a book, right? Every single day, even though it may take a long time, write a paragraph. If you can't get through a paragraph, write, 3 sentences. If that's too much, write a sentence, right? So take it in small incremental steps instead of doing nothing. Work towards your goal or goals each day. So guys, I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you're interested in scheduling a strategy session with me, I have that pinned in the group at the top. So make sure you take advantage of that. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much and take care.